As we get closer to the 2024 presidential election, we're going to see more and more talk about who Trump should pick as his VP. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and today it is time that we talk about the 2024 presidential election. Now, as most of you probably know, Donald Trump is the clear frontrunner for the Republican nomination. I mean, let's face it. Trump has a 99.9% chance of winning the nomination. And with this sense of, I would say, certainty of winning the nomination, there will be more and more talk about who Trump will actually pick for his VP, who's on his short list, and all of that. And while I have my own opinions on Trump's VP pick, there's one I would say, no. Do not pick at all. I'm, of course, talking about Congresswoman Elisa Stefanik of New York. Now, why am I talking about her? Well, just yesterday, NBC News reported that Trump was at least considering Stefanik, or at least maybe considering. You know, it's one of those things when it comes to short lists, you don't really know what's real, what's fake. But the fact that this is even in conversation is not a good sign. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. Now, let me be clear about this. This is not 100% certainty that secretly Stefanik is the VP and all of that. But there at least is some discussion going around about the possibility of it. So, let's get right into it. During a candlelit dinner with Mar-a-Lago members in late December, former President Donald Trump walked around the table as the conversation turned to one of the biggest decisions he'd have to make should he become the Republican nominee. Whom should he pick to be his running mate? Now, I have my opinions. I've always said that Lee Zeldin was, and I think still is, the best option. Great campaigner, good enough on the issues, he's loyal to Trump, he's not going to backstab you like Mike Pence. He's overall a very good option. I think Zeldin makes the most sense. I mean, hell, you want somebody from New York? That's perfect. Zeldin was a congressman from New York and nearly won the governorship, despite it being a bad year for Republicans, or at least an underperformance. He nearly won the New York governorship. I mean, it doesn't make much sense to pick somebody else if you want somebody from New York, except Lee Zeldin. That's when Congresswoman Elisa Stefanik, the hard-charging upstate New York Republican, came up, according to a person at the dinner table. Attendees around Trump raved about her viral moment just weeks before, when she grilled 3 university presidents at a congressional hearing about anti-Semitism on campus. Listen, this is my problem with some of the people around Trump. You know, it's better than it was in 2020 and a little bit of 2016, but some of these people around Trump, they're like, oh my god, she did something cool a month ago. She should be the VP. It's like, no! Listen, Stefanik has gotten better, but her record's awful. I don't care that she did one good thing last month. It's like, she has an awful record. She's loyal to Trump, fine, but her record is not that good. Not that conservative. I mean, what's appealing about Stefanik? At the thought of Stefanik as a possible choice for VP, Trump nodded approvingly. She's a killer, Trump said, according to the person at the event. Which I don't think means much, except, you know, hey, maybe Trump, you know, just likes her. That doesn't mean, you know, she's gonna be the VP, but the fact that this was brought up and somebody is taking a legitimate, you know, saying, hey, we should pick her as a VP because of this, I don't like that. Ever since then, Trump and a growing group of allies have started to look more closely at Stefanik as running mate, according to 8 people familiar with the matter, including people in Trump's orbit, Stefanik fundraising bundlers, and former President Trump administration officials. At the time, the 39-year-old Congresswoman was at the crest of a wave of national publicity after taking on the top leaders of Harvard, the University of Pennsylvania, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Their answers to the question, does calling for the genocide of Jews violate your college's rules on bullying and harassment, eventually resulted in 2 of them resigning and brought a firestorm of criticism on the schools. So again, this is my problem with some boomers that make these decisions. Whoop-de-freaking-do that she roasted these people for being dumbasses. Who cares? If that's what's gonna make you decide to pick Stefanik as your VP, that's the stupidest reason. I mean, oh my gosh, she did something cool. Every month, there's some random Republican that comes out of left field that suddenly everyone wants to be the VP because she or he did something cool. That's not how you should pick your VP. But Stefanik was on Trump's radar long before that hearing because she possesses one of the key attributes he's looking for in the 2024 running mate, loyalty, which I can understand. Listen, Trump has gotten screwed over so many times. This is why Trump cares about loyalty so much, especially now. We now know Mike Pence was a lying scumbag, and he leaked a lot of shit to the press. We know that now. And that's why I think Trump is a bit more keen to picking somebody that's more loyal. But even then, it's like, go with somebody like Lee Zeldin, who has a good record. He's loyal to you, and he's a great campaigner. That mixed with her ability to drive the news on key issues may be irresistible mix for a VP pick. Stefanik is at the top, said Steve Bannon, who is Trump's chief strategist in the White House and the architect of his 2016 campaign strategy. That's not good. This means that there is some legitimacy to some of this. I still don't know if Stefanik will be the VP pick, but the fact that Steve Bannon is talking about it, I am not a big fan of this. You know, Stefanik, she's not the worst in the world. I mean, she doesn't have the best record, but it's not as bad as, say, you know, freaking Michael Lawler or something, or like Don Bacon. But it's like, is she really VP material just because she roasted these clowns at the universities? That's your reasoning? I don't think that's why Trump's gonna pick her, but the fact that that was brought up in like, hey, she did something cool like a month ago, that's why you should pick her. It's like, no. If you're Trump, you want someone who's loyal above all else, a Republican campaign operative said, particularly because he sees Mike Pence as having made a fatal sin. Well, they're trying to talk about the January 6th crap, which that's not why. There's been articles released the past couple of weeks that shows, hey, Mike Pence was the scumbag and his people, actually the past couple of years, but it's been picking it up lately that, hey, Pence's people were the reason that a lot of these mysterious, anonymous leaks came from the White House. Mike Pence was a backstabbing jackass. I mean, that's why I think Trump is so worried about picking someone that's loyal. It's not because some grand conspiracy that, oh, you know, he is not beloved or something. It's like he's just schizophrenic. No. It's because he got screwed over too many times with these same people. He's like, no. If you're not loyal to me, I'm not picking you. Which, to be fair, there's some problems I have with that philosophy. It's like, Bob Good, you know, he's not a big fan of Trump, but Bob Good's one of the best congressmen. Does that mean you should primary him? No. But I can understand, at least a little bit, why Trump would want somebody like Stefanik. Once a moderate Republican who worked on Mitt Romney's 2012 campaign, Stefanik shifted to the right and rebranded herself as one of Trump's top allies at Capitol Hill after he won the White House in 2016. She's come a long way, and now she's really, really with us, Trump said during a lunch in the spring of 2022, according to a source familiar with his comments, adding, she was kind of with us before, but she's really with us now. So, I do agree with this. At least Trump understands that she wasn't perfect in 2016. She was pretty bad in 2017, 2018. She's gotten better, at least. I'll give her that. But again, it's like, that's still not good enough for me. I'm not going to get into any of my conversations with President Trump. I'm honored to call him a friend. I'm proud to be the first member of Congress to have endorsed his re-election. And he had a huge win in Iowa, so we're very excited about that, she said. So, it seems like there is some kind of legitimacy to the Stefanik talks, which I've thought was BS. Looks like it's true. Now, to be clear, Stefanik isn't the worst option. I mean, you got Nikki Haley, which I can already tell you, not gonna happen. The DeSimps are trying to make it sound like that's a VP pick for whatever reason. So, Stefanik, you know, I'm not a fan of it, but it could be somebody like Nikki Haley, which I'm glad it's not. But still, it's not the best in the world. I would go with just Lee Zeldin. Hell, even Glenn Youngkin would be a decent option. But, I don't know. Hopefully, this is just, you know, Trump's considering it, but probably not actually going to pick her. Because I just don't see what the benefit of Stefanik is. What does she add to the ticket that's so good? I think, you know, if you want someone that adds something to the ticket, Lee Zeldin. Anyways, folks, I don't know what to think, but not the biggest fan of this. If you did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Wrap out.